It seems to me that what John is establishing extending a radically non-materialist axiom. He's trying to identify what the core phenomenon of being is. And it's, in this story, it's not material. It's being itself. It's very fundamentally associated, I think, with what modern people would call consciousness, which is a complete opaque mystery in and of itself, right? John is attempting to characterize the spirit of being itself. And he's making a claim. The claim is it's embodied in Christ. It's the same as the divine principle that generated order at the beginning of time. It's apprehensible, it's foundational, and it's also the fullest expression. This isn't directly in this text, but it emerges. It's the fullest expression of the tradition that's made manifest in the Old Testament. And it emerges out of our primordial stories and announces itself as the principle of being itself. And it seems to me irrefutable that the principle of sacrifice is the basis of sophisticated psychological integrity and community. I just can't see how that cannot be true. And that's being pointed to here as well. Sacrificial love, it's something like that.
But for sure, the light, the life, and the word, they are things that make other things exist, in the sense that light is that which makes things seen, life is that which makes things move, and word is meaning that makes things happen. And so you can see that the analogies that John is putting together are there to say, like, if you don't understand what the word logos is, then light will bring you a little further. And if you don't know what light is, then life will bring you a little further. And like you said, it's not that one of those is actually describing anything, is that all of them playing with each other are pointing you to the mystery of the notion that there are invisible movers that make things move or make things happen, make things exist.
I think that's helpful. But what I'm saying is, like, think about what we're saying here. Imagine going into a room of physicists and saying ultimate reality is love, light, logos, life, right? They're going to look at you and they'll either, well, that's very nice. It's a platitude, and they don't really believe it, right?
But they act it out in their life.
They should.
But that's the point I want to make. But these things are not, they're not out there metaphors. You can't do science without these principles of intelligibility, right? They're right. And so I'm trying to wake us back up to. John's not making a scientific claim. I'm not saying that. That's ridiculous. But he's not saying something that's irrelevant to the scientific world.
He's making a meta-scientific claim.
Yes.
Right.
Thanks, James. That's exactly. And also, this can be easily trivialized. That's my concern here. This can be. Oh yes, that's very nice. Light. Yeah, light, love. Oh, we like love, right? This, like, imagine proposing that relationality is that from which things emerge, rather than things are that from which relations emerge.
Can I just jump in? I completely agree with what you're saying. And you're very close to Joseph Ratzinger, Pope Benedict XVI. He said Trinitarian doctrine turned upside down the classical view. It said substance is primordial, relationship is accidental. Just the opposite. Ultimate reality is a relationship, hence the importance of in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. And take the next step. Aquinas says this, that a creature is, he says, quaedam relatio. It's a kind of relationship to the Creator. It has to be. If it's coming into being every moment from nothing, the creature is a relationship. Then I'd link it to Jesus' ethical teaching. Why do you love even your enemies? Because it's not so much substance against substance, but all of us are, whether we like it or not, connected to each other through God. So I think that's really an absolutely right intuition. And it's the metaphysics of this opening line.